Well, today I need to talk about business and wealth and so forth because the talk is, of course, we're in a bear market. The stock is crashing every day and kind of recovers a little bit, but, you know, it's one of those things where you can just smell it. There's something happening. Sears is selling 1,000 stores. Macy's is getting rid of 400 stores. Walmart's getting rid of over 400 stores. Let's say there's only 20 employees each, and some of those big stores have 100 employees each. But let's just say 20 employees each. We're talking about 40,000 jobs are going away here in the next couple of months. This year it's predicted there'll be 5 million jobs in America go away. And this means that people are going to be thrown under the bus when it comes to health insurance, when it comes to health care, medical care. They are not going to be able to refi their house to pay for a double knee replacement, hip replacement, and so forth. And so remember that 85% of all personal bankruptcies in America are due to medical bills. 85% of all personal bankruptcies in America are due to medical bills. So here's what I want you to do. Is contact your Youngevity associate and get a hold of the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book Rare Earths and Cures. And if you've never owned your own business, I'd also recommend you get our book called Wall Street for Kids. Now, the purpose here is this. What I want you to do is contact your Youngevity associate and talk to them about starting your own Youngevity business. To become an associate, which means you're essentially a small business owner. You're an associate. You can come in at the basic starting level at a $25, a one-time fee, and a lifetime. And I'll tell you what that means in a moment. Or there's various stages you can come in at, up to $500 one-time fee, which includes the $25 one-time fee, and you get $500 worth of product. Obviously, a one-time $25 fee to get in at the basic starting level as an associate business person, you get a package with everything you need to start your business, okay? Now, I want you to think about that. What I want you to do is you can go on, LegalZoom, and you can get a LLC, an S Corp, C Corp, all that kind of stuff, or you can become a independent contractor, just be a sole proprietor. You can be partners with your spouse or some of your kids. And what you want to do is, with this book, Wall Street for Kids, is make a business plan. The Epigenetics, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and Rare Earths and Cures, they're going to cover about 500-600 diseases that plague Americans still and people in the industrialized world. And I want you to think about what you can do to employ the information in there to help other people, and you'll begin to have an income stream. Now, if you are working, I'd keep that job as long as you can, because it's going to be a mess here in the next couple of months and couple of years. But if you're working for somebody else, they always take out withholdings. And this can amount to $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 more a year based on your income, depending if you're part-time or full-time. And what you can do in the interim, when you start your Youngevity business, get a checking account, get a savings account for your business, get a credit card and or a debit card for your business. And anything you do for the business, do not use cash. You always want to use a credit card, debit card, and or the checking account, okay? And that's going to keep a record. You don't have to hire a bookkeeper, because at the end of each month you're going to get a statement from the bank, and you'll get a statement from the credit card company or the debit card company. You put those statements into the file for that month, January, February, March, whatever that month is. So your bookkeeping is done. If you start messing around with cash and have to have all these receipts with coffee all over them, then you need a bookkeeper, right, which has more overhead, more cost, more mistakes, and so forth. Well, in this business plan, you can say, okay, look, for myself, meaning the business owner, and your dependents, your business is responsible for covering your monthly health care premiums, okay, your health insurance premiums, your monthly life insurance premiums, your fitness center membership fees every month, and also your monthly intake of nutrients to maintain your health. They say, well, I'm just starting. I don't have that much cash flow. It's going to cost $700 a month to do that. Well, what you do is your money you would normally pay for that stuff, you now loan that money to your business and have a piece of paper every month, which is a little loan document, and you put it in that file that month, and you loan your business the money to pay all the health insurance premiums, life insurance premiums, your fitness center fees, and your Youngevity products, and this is for yourself and your dependents. And at the end of the year, you're going to have these deductions. They'll be deductible. Also, when you have your own home office, let's say you're paying $1,000 a month for your mortgage, or your lease, or your rent, and you use 10% of that under your roof for your office and little warehouse and library. Well, guess what? 10% of $1,000 is $100 times 12 months. That's $1,200. Plus, you have all your insurance stuff and your fitness center and your supplements. And then, when you go to an event or go prospecting, we're going to look for people to join your business. There's mileage to and from home. Okay, you get to not only deduct whatever the percentage of your spaces you're using from your mortgage, you also get to deduct that same percentage from your homeowners or renters insurance and also your utilities. And you can wind up with legitimate deductions every month of $5,000 to $10,000. You get back most of or all of your withholdings. And that's for a one-time $25 fee. Okay. Stick with us. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way on Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages.
You may have heard about the 90 essential nutrients or the Mighty 90 needed for good health. But with all the products out there, what exactly are they talking about? The Mighty 90 is 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 60 plant-derived minerals, and 2 essential fatty acids. So now you know. But with all the products you see and hear advertised, what exactly do you buy to come up with the Mighty 90 and the right ratios to promote good health? Youngevity has made it easy with the Healthy Start Pack, which contains 1 canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Vitamin and Plant-Derived Mineral Complex, 1 bottle of Bone and Joint Enriching OsteoFX Plus, and 1 bottle of EFA Plus Essential Fatty Acids, all in the proper ratios to promote good health and vitality. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
It doesn't matter whether you're buying coffee at the Quick Mart,
Thank you very much.
grocery store, or one of those Wi-Fi equipped coffee shops. The cost these days is ridiculous.
$5, please.
If you're one of us who remember buying coffee at the local diner for a nickel or a dime, and are having sticker shock over the price of coffee these days, I've got great news for you. How would you like to own your own coffee company? We're not talking about some several $100,000 franchise investment. Youngevity and its family of companies has now made it possible for you to be a coffee baron for just $10. Youngevity's newest company, Jovolution, can do just that. With a full range of great-tasting gourmet coffees, some of the selections also contain healthy vitamins. So stop helping those gourmet companies build empires and start building one of your own with Jovolution from Youngevity. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Okay, we got Billy sitting in today for Doug. Billy, what's going on? What's your pearls of wisdom today?
Hi, Doc. First of all, glad to be working with you again. And second of all, there's a new study that says watching too much TV can kill you in 8 different ways. And it's the usual stuff. The 8 things are cancer, heart disease, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, diabetes, influenza, Parkinson's disease, liver disease, and yes, suicide. Scientists are telling people to get off the couch after a study found a link between TV binge watching and those 8 leading causes of death. According to the researchers at the National Cancer Institute, they studied more than 221,000 people, actually, aged 50 to 71, who had no chronic disease at the outset in 1995. And over the 16-year period in which they studied these people, those who watched 7 or more hours of television per day were 47% more likely to die from, any of these diseases we talked about. Mm-hmm. It seems to me, Doc, that even if you just eliminated all of the diseases we just mentioned, just getting off your butt instead of watching television and getting outside like I did, like Doug Winfrey did, like you did as kids, and got some exercise once in a while, it seems to me that would preclude the study altogether.
Well, I think you're hitting a big piece of it. Absolutely. When you sit on the couch, you don't just sit and watch TV. Nobody just sits and watches TV. When they sit on the couch, they're eating microwave popcorn, they're drinking soft drinks, They're eating sandwiches made from pastrami and pepperoni and salami and bologna. They're eating fried chicken. They're eating French fries and burgers and so forth. And their eating habits are terrible. Okay? How many people sit and watch television for a couple hours a night and take vitamins and minerals? Not many. Or if they are taking vitamins and minerals, it's some low-end multiple that has maybe anywhere from 9 to 23 nutrients, and there are 3 or 4 minerals when you need 60. And so I think it's a mixture of what they do and what they don't do when they're sitting on the couch, which includes the exercise thing. And every one of the diseases you mentioned, Billy, is a nutritional deficiency disease. It certainly can be complicated with eating trans fats and heterocyclic amines, which are inflammatory, make the nutritional deficiencies worse. But every one of them, the basic underlying thing of those diseases are all nutritional deficiency diseases. So between no exercise, nutritional deficiency diseases, sitting on the couch, eating trans fats and heterocyclic amines, I can see where they're going to have an increased risk of danger. And so here's just another case where a modern technology that's attached either directly or indirectly to electricity has changed society in a negative way. I'm sure Thomas Edison didn't know at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, on Pearl Street, New York City, in the bluff overlooking the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge, when he pulled the switch on the first commercial electric generating plant, he never in his wildest dreams realized how many good things would happen from electricity and how many bad things would happen from electricity. And, of course, we have to deal with all these demons. And because of just what you said about this exercise and the couches, lack of exercise and sitting on the couch, experts are telling us, Billy, that our children will be the first generation in America that will not live as long as their parents. If we don't supplement them and get them outside and play hide and seek and tag, get out in the sun, pull the weeds in the garden, if we don't get them to go outside and do these things, if we don't get them on 90 essential nutrients, there will be so many people burying their kids. Just think how Steve Jobs' family felt burying him at age 56. Iwata's family buried him, CEO of Nintendo, at age 55. Vice President Joe Biden buried his son at age 46. Okay? And then, of course, former President Jimmy Carter buried his grandson at age 28. And those are just some of the high-end ones. Just think of the average person. Think of the low-income people. We're in trouble. We need to take the couches outside, if that's what it takes, and sit on the couch outside. Oh, thank you, Billy. We'll be back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie for these messages. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head to Toronto, Canada, and talk to Cathy. Cathy, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Cathy.
Hello, Dr. Wallach.
Hi, how can we help you?
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, my question today is, I have pulmonary arterial hypertension and as well as low thyroid. I do take 2 medications for the pulmonary hypertension, which are Cialis and a drug called Opsumit. I do take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, the Ultimate Daily, Niacin, and the respiratory support. For the thyroid, the medication I take is Synjoid. I want to be able to try to get off the Synjoid medication, and I want to substitute it with Ocean Gold.
Yes, very good. How much do you weigh?
100 pounds.
Okay, Shar, this is a Shar thing. Here's Cathy, weighs 100 pounds. She has all these things, including high blood pressure and thyroid. You heard what she's on. What would you do to help her get off the thyroid medication?
I'd get her on a gluten-free diet, for one thing, and then give her the Ocean's Gold.
Okay. Yeah. And how much do you weigh, Cathy?
100 pounds.
100 pounds. Okay, so tiny lady. I'd go ahead and take 3 of the Ocean's Gold, as Shar said. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner. Be 2 bottles a month. And what would you give her for the high blood pressure, Shar?
Well, I think she said she's taking the Ultimate Daily and the Niacin Plus, which should work for the high blood pressure.
Yep. Why do you think it may not be working perfectly?
Because she may not be on a gluten-free diet.
Exactly. There may be an absorption problem. And so, and also, in addition to all the other bad foods, fried foods, processed meats, oils, and gluten, what else would you have her eliminate from her diet to help her make her thyroid gland happy?
No cruciferous vegetables.
Perfect. You get an A+. Yes, and this is what you need to do, Cathy, is get additionally get the cruciferous vegetables out of your life. That means cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale, because they do interfere with thyroid function. And but as Shar said, getting off the gluten, this includes dog food, cat food, bird food, fish food, spouse, mother-in-law, renter, roommate. Everybody in the household's got to be drop-dead gluten-free, because any speck of gluten, crumbs, or dust the size of a head of pin one time will make you sick for a month or two, okay? And we got to support maintenance and repair of the lining of your intestines so you can increase your efficiency of absorption, and then you should see some increased results. I'm sure you're getting some results because you're pretty close to the right program, but I would definitely want to increase your absorption factor so that you can get more benefit from what you're taking. And stick with us, folks. We're going to be back with more Truth, Justice, and the Youngevity Way after these messages. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head to Tucson, Arizona, and talk to Deb. Deb, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Deb.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes, ma'am. How can we help you?
I have some disc issues. I've had migraines for years. In 2011, my doctor discovered that I had degenerative discs in my neck. The neurologist fused 4, 5, 6, and 7. Didn't help the pain in my head or my left arm and hand. Since 2011, I've taken 3 opioids a day. Sometimes I take them once a day, sometimes 3 times a day. In February of 14, I was involved in an accident, shifted everything. But my new neurosurgeon says that there's nothing he can do for me, that I'm just going to feel this way forever. And since then, I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So I'm hoping you have some really good recommendations of your product for me.
Okay, well, first of all, how much do you weigh?
I weigh 163.
Okay, and how tall are you?
5 foot.
Okay, so we're about 50 pounds about 50 pounds overweight. Okay, Got to deal with that. And you said you had some surgery initially on your neck disc. Now, did they squirt some of this plastic in there? Did they put them together or fuse them together or put plates and bolts and nuts and wires? What do they do to your neck?
He put in plastic spacers, bone putty, and then he covered them with titanium plates and screwed them in.
Okay, so you have all this hardware in your neck.
Yes.
Okay.
And
now,
it has now shifted to the left.
I'm sorry?
And now, since the accident, it has shifted to the left a little bit.
All right. Now, did you have any asthma or bronchitis as a kid?
I have chronic bronchitis.
Okay. And did you have any skin problems, any eczema, dermatitis, or psoriasis?
No.
Okay. Did you ever have any bowel problems, any appendicitis, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, diverticulitis, anything like that?
I do have irritable bowel syndrome.
Okay. Charmaine, what is Deb's basic problem?
She has a gluten intolerance, no question about it.
Yeah, a raging gluten intolerance here, Deb. So we need to get rid of all the gluten out of your life. No wheat, no barley, rye, no oats. That includes... give some of the hidden places, Char. You can find gluten.
When you get tomato soup at a restaurant, they thicken it with wheat, which is gluten.
Mm-hmm.
And
and gravies, that kind of stuff. And then what about, dog food, cat food, bird food? Your spouse works in a bakery, or he stops at the spaghetti factory and then comes home. You're going to cross-contaminate. So Char's exactly right. You have a raging gluten intolerance. So you need to maximize your absorption of nutrients. You're going to get off of gluten, no wheat, no barley, rye, no oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils. And then, let's see, at 153 pounds, what would you give Deb as a basic program?
Well, she's got disc problems and everything. I'd give her 2 healthy bone and joint packs to start with.
Oh, okay. And what would you do for the pain and inflammation? Because she's on opiate drugs, which can be, they're narcotics, and they can certainly be addictive. What would you give her the pain and inflammation?
I give her the CM gel caps, and I put the CM cream on locally for...
Okay, yeah, exactly. CM cream, which come with the healthy bone and joint packs. I'd also get the trauma oil. Put 4 drops of trauma oil per teaspoon of the CM cream. Apply that to your neck and shoulder wherever you have pain. And then, of course, the CM Plus capsules, as Shar said, I'd take 9 of those a day. 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner. That's going to relieve the inflammation. And then call us every couple of weeks and let us know how everything's going, including the migraines. We'll be back after these messages.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
I am Judy DeVilbus. Here I am speaking to you again. I just wanted to tell you that recently I started drinking the Whey Shakes again, the chocolate Whey Shake. And you need to remember, the Whey Shake isn't just for losing weight. It's a fantastic place to get your great protein. And if you're trying to gain weight, you can take it along with your meals. And the best part is, if you want to just have a great protein shake, do like I do. Put it over ice, stir it up, and you can sip on it for 20 minutes to an hour. I do it every single day. I absolutely love it. You need to get back to it too. It's really good for you. And it makes not fat, but it makes muscle after you work out. And you can also mix it up in a blender with an egg, and you have the most incredible health protein shake. Or mix it with a little water, stir it up, and you have a little pudding. And who doesn't like pudding?
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.
We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach for Youngevity and 90 for Life Crusade. We do have lines open. Give us a call toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. Again, that's toll-free, 1-888-379-2552. And again, if you're going to do the Youngevity business as a business, I urge you to get a hold of that trilogy of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, and the Passport Aromatherapy, and learn how to deal with over 900 different diseases using vitamins and minerals and trace minerals and rare earths, amino acids, fatty acids, herbs, aromatherapy oils. For the business piece of it, don't forget to get the book Wall Street for Kids. And, oh, yeah, in the book Let's Play Doctor, you'll learn how to do your own physicals. You can do a physical your doctor would charge you $2,000 for in his office. You can do it for yourself with $4.50 worth of test strips you get from a pharmacy without a prescription. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's head to the Windy City, Chicago. And David, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
David, you're on the air.
Hello, Doctor. Thank you for taking my call as usual. Doctor,
yes, sir. How can we help you?
People that I want to help, sir. You got one gentleman at 38 years old, 5'4", 115 pounds. He suffers with autism, and his parents are concerned because he does talk too much for 2 weeks, day and night, and then he stops for like 3 weeks, and then he goes back again. For the 2 weeks of talking a lot. He does have also psoriasis, as far as I could find out. He does lose weight during those times where he's talking too much. He doesn't eat as much. And he also has constipation, Doctor. How can we help him?
Okay. Now, Charmaine, this is a Char thing.
Oh, yeah. He's got a gluten
Char,
problem.
there.
Big time.
Okay, one more time, Charmaine. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I said he's got a big-time gluten problem.
Yep. Now, how many nutrients does your brain need?
All 90.
All 90. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. And so what you do for this guy, he only weighs 115 pounds, so he's kind of small, body weight and short. And but he has psoriasis and constipation, both of which are key signs for gluten intolerance. And so I'm not surprised that he has emotional problems. You can have autism, ADD, ADHD, schizophrenia, psychoses, things like depression, manic depression, bipolar disease, PTSD, anxiety attacks, panic attacks. And so this guy fits the perfect picture. What would you give him in addition to getting him on a gluten-free diet, none of the bad stuff, no fried foods, processed meats and oils? What would you do as a supplement program to support a healthy brain function?
I'd get him on a healthy brain and heart pack, and I'd also add the synaptive, and I would add the immortalium, too.
Okay. And what would you do for brain metabolism? What else would you add beside the immortalium, the synaptive? There's one other thing I would add.
For the brain?
Mm-hmm. It might also help with stress.
The de-stress?
Very good. You get an A+. All right. Yep, and you're exactly right. And this guy, how many eggs would you give him?
I would give him 4 to 6 a day.
Yeah, 150 pounds, you're exactly right. 4 to 6 eggs a day. They cannot be fried. They cannot be hard-boiled. They can be soft-boiled with a soft yolk, soft poached with a soft yolk. They can be soft scrambled in butter, not oils or margarines. And I'd suspect that this young fellow will come around and show significant improvement very quickly. But this is definitely, his brain is being deprived of what little nutrition is in his food, so we got to really ramp him up on the nutrients, as Shar said. We got to get him on a drop-dead cholesterol, a gluten-free diet, and of course, and be very interested to know I bet his cholesterol levels are in the floor. Okay, this guy, he's probably got cholesterol levels down around 100, just naturally because he can't absorb cholesterol. That's why he's having so many brain problems. But do call us every couple of weeks. Let us know how this fellow's doing. But you're going to be an angel for this guy, David, because you take this information to him, and if he and his family's willing to do the diet and willing to do the supplement program, the first thing you're going to see is he's going to start being more functional brain-wise, and certainly the psoriasis and the constipation go away just because he's able to absorb the nutrients. Okay, Billy, let's go to callers.
All right, Doc, let's go to Rex in New York. Rex, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Rex, you're on the air.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. I have a question about my mom. She has cancer. It just my state now, but I want to use your protocol to help her out. Will you help me?
Sure.
What can she take?
How old's your mom?
My mom is 65, and she weighed 115, and yeah.
Okay. Does she have any other issues? What type of cancer did she have? I didn't get that.
What's that? Sorry.
What type of cancer does she have?
Colon cancer.
Okay. And how long ago was she diagnosed?
She was diagnosed about a year and a half ago, but she had been doing really good on a diet, but we want to add, your protocol to her.
Sure. Okay. Shar, what would you do to support and promote her immune system so her own body can fend off this cancer?
Well, I would get her on a healthy brain and heart pack.
Okay.
And I would also give her the Ocean's Gold. I would give her the Fucoid C.
3 of those twice a day, 2 bottles a month. What else would you give her?
Fucoid C.
Okay. That's capsules. And Fucoid C, I'd go ahead and give her 5 of those twice a day, and it comes in bottles of 60, I believe.
And I'd give her extra selenium.
Okay. So she needs another bottle of selenium so she can take 6 a day at her body weight, 2 at breakfast, 2 at lunch, 2 at dinner. Very good.
And she needs to clean her diet up. No burnt animal fat, no meat with nitrates or nitrites, no gluten.
Very good. Yeah, exactly right, Shar. Get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats with nitrates and nitrites. It means no deli slices, sandwich meat, sausage, ham, bacon, bologna, salami. Absolutely no oils, no microwave popcorn, no theater popcorn, no olive oil, coconut oil, margarine, cellulose, cooking oils. And it's imperative that she get a gluten-free diet, and that includes everybody in the house, including the dog, the cat, the bird, the fish, spouse, mother-in-law, renters, kids, and so on. But this is one of these things where if she does this, at the very least, her quality of life is going to be better, and she's going to add more time, whatever they told her. And we want to make sure that her immune system is sparking on all 8 cylinders, and her own immune system will be able to be a gateway to stop, the progression of this cancer and to help her body fend it off. But you got to get rid of all the things in there that cause it. As Yashar said, includes the burnt animal fats, meat cooked well done. If she eats meat, that's fine, but it's got to be medium rare or even raw, like steak tartare. Okay, Billy. We have time to start another one?
We do, Doc. Let's go to New Jersey and Monica. Monica, you're on with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Monica, you're on the air.
Yes, hi, Dr. Wallach.
Yes.
I am calling because my son, who's 17 months old, I took him to the doctor because I saw he had some swollen glands around his neck, and that's how it all started.
Okay, now I missed that. Your son has what? I missed the first word.
Sorry, swollen glands on his neck. So I took him to the doctor. He had a cold, so I took him to the doctor, and they did some tests. And the doctor said that he's fine. They did some blood tests. He said he doesn't have any cancer or anything, but his liver is a bit, his enzymes are a little bit high. So they were 57. I think the normal is 40, the ALT. Then he said, you have to come back in a month. We went back. He was fine. But then we went back again, and the doctor wanted to do the test again, and he was again 45. This time, the doctor, without asking me, he did another test, that is the CTK test for the bone and muscles, and he said that was high, that was 517, and that is very scary to me.
Okay. Now, how old is your son?
He's 17 months old.
17 months?
Yes.
Okay. Not quite 2 years.
No.
Okay, well, hang on. We'll be back, and we'll give you some information, Monica, after these messages. We're back with Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network. Dr. Joel Wallach here for Youngevity, 95 Crusade. And Billy, let's go right back to New Jersey and Monica. Let me ask you a couple of questions here. Monica, are you breastfeeding this baby or is he on formula?
Breastfeeding.
Okay. And how much does the child weigh?
He weighs 23 pounds, and he's...
Okay, and how much do you weigh?
I weighed 98 pounds.
198?
No, 98.
98, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so not quite 100 pounds. All right. And do you have any history of any asthma or bronchitis or skin problems?
No.
Do you have any history of bowel problems? Any, like constipation, diarrhea, diverticulitis, irritable bowel syndrome, appendicitis?
Constipation, forever.
Oh,
yes.
Forever, okay.
Yes.
Okay, Shar, what's the problem here?
That's an indication that there's a gluten intolerance.
Yep, gluten intolerance. So the baby's not getting much in the way of nutrients here. And the swollen glands can be from chronic low-grade infections, things coming through your breast milk, including gluten, causing a problem. And the glands are swelling in the throat to try and fend off the gluten. The liver needs an enormous amount of nutrition, and obviously not getting enough. The muscles need an enormous amount of nutrition as the baby's growing. And so how would you deliver the nutrition to this baby, Shar, since the mother's breastfeeding?
Through the breast milk, of course.
Through the breast, very good. You get an A+. And what would you give her at 98 pounds? What would you give her? That's about your weight, so you know. What would you give her?
Well, when you're talking about liver problems, I'd give her a healthy brain and heart pack.
Absolutely, because what's good for the brain is good for the liver. What's good for the liver is good for the brain, and so on, and the heart. And so Char's exactly right. Monica, I'd go ahead and you take this yourself, 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Get another bottle of selenium so you can take 6 of those a day, 2 at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that'll be good for the heart and the liver and the immune system. And then I would also, let's see here, is there what else would you add to this, Char?
For the baby?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember, it's coming through the breast milk.
Right.
So in addition to 1 healthy brain and heart pack, what would you throw in?
Well, for the liver, I guess I could give her some extra selenium.
Well, we already did that.
Yeah. Besides that,
Yeah. Well, how about some stem cells?
Synapse, well, immortalium and even, excuse me, immortalium, yes.
Yeah, I'd go with immortalium. Very good. So Monica can take 2 immortalium a day because she's small. They have her take 1 at breakfast, 1 at dinner. It'll be 1 bottle a month. And it's imperative, Monica, that you stay away from gluten. And this will help you with your constipation. Absolutely no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten. And give us a call every couple of weeks or any time you take the child into the pediatrician. But you should see a improvement in the child just because you're improving the absorption efficiency in yourself by getting gluten-free and supplementing with the 90 essential nutrients, so you know for sure you're getting everything you need and you're passing on what the baby needs through your breast milk. Okay, let's see here.
Got about a minute
How much
left.
time we got, Billy?
Got about a minute, Doc.
A minute. Okay, so Shar and I are going to take that. And Shar, this is something we see all the time now. And, of course, experts are saying that our children will be the first generation in America that do not live as long as their parents. So what would you recommend for all young couples who are dating, getting engaged, or getting married? What would you tell them to do to reduce the risk of illnesses in their babies?
I would have them take a healthy, if they don't have any other issues, take a healthy start pack per 100 pounds of body weight. And that would
absolutely. Take the 90 essential nutrients, 16 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids. And if you want to know how all this works, how you can protect your family, and especially our kids, contact your Youngevity associate and ask for the book Epigenetics, The Death of the Genetic Theory of Disease Transmission, the book Dead Doctors Don't Lie, and the book Rare Earth Vin Cures. And thank you, Shar. Super job. Char's been with us now going on 25 years, and we're so very proud of her. And we put her on here because we want everybody to know that even a high school graduate knows more about health than a doctor does. Well, thank you so much, Billy, for sitting in, and thank you, Richard. Appreciate you guys. Super job as usual. And, of course, you want to appreciate that. We, in fact, want you to remember that dead doctors don't lie. Can't thank you enough. God bless our military personnel, our Navy SEALs, and God bless America.
You may have heard about the 90 essential nutrients or the mighty 90 needed for good health. But with all the products out there, what exactly are they talking about? The Mighty 90 is 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 60 plant-derived minerals, and 2 essential fatty acids. So now you know. But with all the products you see and hear advertised, what exactly do you buy to come up with the Mighty 90 and the right ratios to promote good health? Youngevity has made it easy with the Healthy Start Pack, which contains 1 canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Vitamin and Plant-Derived Mineral Complex, 1 bottle of Bone and Joint Enriching OsteoFX Plus, and 1 bottle of EFA Plus Essential Fatty Acids, all in the proper ratios to promote good health and vitality. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Hi everyone, Andy Anderson here. Are you using those handy little bottles of gel that zap germs, bacteria, and other nasties? In today's world, that's smart, especially with all the filthy doorknobs, shopping carts, and handrails we touch every day. Here's what you may not know. Once the alcohol evaporates, goodbye effectiveness. No more protection until you use it again. PureWorks to the rescue. Our FDA-compliant foam, lotion, soap, and spray do not rely on alcohol. Their killing power lasts up to 4 hours. PureWorks disinfecting spray is EPA certified to kill swine flu, bird flu, MRSA, HIV, hepatitis B and C, and a whole host of viruses and bacteria. Mold and fungus too. It's even safe around children and pets. You'll love the soft feel of PureWorks on your hand. It actually conditions and will not dry your skin. Here's a little peace of mind knowing your hands are still germ-free hours later. Get your hands on PureWorks and get PureWorks on your hands. Stand by. Pull out your paper and pencil for your local number to order PureWorks.
With increasing rates of osteoporosis, it's becoming more and more evident that most Americans have low blood levels of calcium. Some would say,
I get all the calcium I need from dairy products.
Unfortunately, that's just not true. Besides, most dairy products are homogenized and can contain steroids and antibiotics that kill off good bacteria in the digestive system. Not to mention, the human body needs magnesium to make use of dietary calcium. That's why Youngevity developed OsteoFX Plus.
containing bioavailable plant-derived forms of vitamin D3, calcium, magnesium, zinc, copper, and glucosamine sulfate. OsteoFX Plus is formulated to support healthy bones and joints. Not to mention OsteoFX Plus tastes great, unlike other products that taste like chalk or dirt. If you'd like to learn more about nutritional supplementation, call your local Youngevity associate, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463. You've listened to physician and veterinarian Dr. Joel Wallach help many people on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie talk radio program. You've also heard hundreds of people tell how Dr. Wallach and Youngevity products have changed their lives. If you're now convinced that Dr. Wallach is onto something and you want to try Youngevity's premium quality products for yourself, we can connect you with a distributor that serves your local area. Simply call our special helpline voicemail at 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call right now and leave your name, telephone number, or email address, and we'll see to it that the right person contacts you shortly. Remember, the phone number, 313-444-3463. That's 313-444-3463. Call now to change your life. That's 313-444-3463.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, your host of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you're interested in a colon cleanse, blood cleanse, liver cleanse, in the classical herbal way, you want to ask your Youngevity associate for Herbal Rainforest. Herbal Rainforest has 16 herbs, 16 cleansing herbs, classic cleansing herbs, and 77 plant minerals. That's right, and these are all organic. It doesn't get any better than that. In your busy day, and you're around all these toxins out there in your workplace, on the way home, going to work, in your food, in the air, in the water, you need Herbal Rainforest. I guarantee you, it will give you a cleanse. You can control the dose. It's a liquid. It tastes good. It doesn't get any better than this. A colon that's happy makes you happy. Nothing better than a happy colon. Herbal Rainforest. Clean it out.
For more information on this product or others you've heard about on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie radio program, call your local Youngevity associate today. And don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities.
Greetings, everyone. Judy DeVilbus here. What do you think of when you hear the words tangy tangerine? Well, I think of like a sweet, tangy tasting something. Well, what I'm referring to is the Ultimate Tangy Tangerine. It's a fantastic product. It has everything you need, and a great benefit is it's very, very delicious. It's very easy to drink. I've suggested it even to youngsters. Even children like it. Even little guys. Even little girls. They come right into my office. Their parents can't get them to take those chewables, and besides that, they're not as good as Tangy Tangerine. And I give them a little taste of that, and you know something? They're pleased as punch. So, if it's good for a child and it tastes delicious, why not you? There's no excuse not to take a vitamin when it tastes as good as that does. So how about it? Tangy Tangerine should be the answer to all of your nutritional program problems.
For more information or to order, call your Youngevity distributor today. And don't forget to ask about Youngevity home-based business opportunities.